Hey there, I'm Boone Christensen, and this is 5 Minutes of Therapy. And today we're going to talk about the concept of resilience. Resilience literally means the ability to bounce back or to recover. And in an emotional sense, this means the ability to bounce back from a state of fight, flight, or freeze, being able to recover from the lower part of the brain into the logical, calm part of the brain. And we can think about this in much the same way that we do with physical injuries. The amazing thing about our bodies is that they often heal to become stronger than they were before. When we exercise our muscles, we're literally tearing the muscle fibers. And when those fibers heal, they heal stronger than they were before. And when a bone breaks, when that bone mends itself back together, it is stronger at that joint than it was before the break. And our emotions work in much the same way. Whenever we strain our emotions, or whenever we experience an emotional injury, when we recover from it, we are actually less emotionally reactive than we were before and less likely to feel hurt emotionally. And how we recover emotionally is by allowing pain to happen. And by treating it in much the same way that we would a physical injury. With physical injuries, we rest and we rub those sore spots and we stretch them and we exercise them, and that's how emotions recover as well. When we rub those sore spots rather than denying their existence, and by exercising those emotions, they actually get stronger. Unfortunately, what humans tend to do is ignore the existence of emotional strain and emotional injuries, which just weakens our emotional capacity rather than making it any stronger, because those injuries never heal. So, how do we develop emotional resilience in kids? Well, we allow their emotions to happen. Whenever a child becomes angry or sad, rather than telling them to stop feeling their emotion, or distracting them from their emotion, or shaming them, saying that their emotion is bad, we just allow the emotion to play through as much as possible. Because if kids feel safe, that they're in a safe environment, then that emotion is going to move through a natural process, and the child is going to regulate themselves if they feel like everything is actually okay. The brain will learn that whatever it was that made me upset is not going to kill me, and thus I don't have to be afraid of that thing that made me upset. But if that thing that made me upset or being upset about that thing is bad or shameful or not allowed, then I will never develop resilience. So we need to allow our kids to make mistakes and experience failures and emotional pain, and provide them opportunities to experience a little bit of fear. And when they have these experiences and they learn that it is okay, then they won't be as afraid of those things in the future. Whereas if we never let our kids fail, if we don't let them make mistakes, or we indicate to them that it is catastrophic to make a mistake, then they will live in fear of failure, anxiously for much of their lives. And how do we develop resilience in ourselves? Well, we just recognize where we have emotional injuries. And instead of ignoring them or just taking pain pills to numb them away, we start rubbing them. Right? We start moving those emotions through, and we start stretching and feeling the pain of those emotions, so that we can teach our brains that, yes, we got hurt, but it didn't kill us, so we don't have to be afraid of that anymore. And we do that by trauma processing. You do it by processing the little annoying or fear-inducing things that happen to you today, just by letting them happen and acknowledging their existence in the same way that we do with physical injuries. So take a look at the previous videos about trauma processing for more about this, and start recognizing the ways that you can start rubbing the sore spots of your emotional injuries. Thanks.